Mexico, 115 million people and the fourth largest medical device market in the Americas. The country is highly dependent on imports, and recent regulatory changes make access to this market easier than ever before. Interested in getting your share of the Mexican market? We'll tell you how. First, let's take a look at how Mexico regulates medical devices. In Mexico, medical devices are regulated by the COFEPRIS. This agency, a division of the Ministry of Health, reviews all device applications and monitors the safety of medical devices sold in Mexico. By now, you probably know that most countries group medical devices according to the risk they pose to patients and users. This classification scheme determines the regulatory pathway. Mexico groups medical devices into 4 classes of increasing risk. There are 2 Class 1 categories, Class 1 low risk and Class 1, then Class 2 and Class 3. You can determine the classification of your device using 2 documents available from the COFEPRIS website, one of which is similar to the European classification criteria. Before you begin the registration process, you will need to appoint a registration holder in Mexico. This representative coordinates your device submissions and acts as the regulatory liaison between you and COFEPRIS. You have 2 options in appointing a registration holder, assuming you have no office in Mexico. You can appoint a distributor, or you can hire an independent third-party company. This is an important decision because the registration holder will control your device registration and their name will appear on registration documents. Make sure you are comfortable working with them over the long term. Here's another important step in the process. Depending on your route to approval, manufacturers of Class 1, 2, and 3 devices need to show compliance with ISO 13485 or an equivalent quality management system certification. While Mexico does have its own quality system requirements, no audit will be performed on foreign manufacturers beyond a review of the documentation just mentioned. If your device has been tested to an international standard for approval in another market, those testing reports will be accepted as part of your submission in Mexico. An important part of the registration process involves the preparation of a technical dossier which includes information on the safety and efficacy of the device plus testing reports. Clinical trial data conducted outside Mexico is generally acceptable. Manufacturers with U.S., Canadian, or Japanese approval can go through an equivalency process. Simple Class 1 low-risk device manufacturers don't need to prepare a technical file, but must submit basic device information to COFEPRIS. All submitted materials must be translated into Spanish. Once compiled, your registration holder will submit the dossier to COFEPRIS. Or if you are not leveraging your U.S., Canadian, or Japanese approval, you can submit it to a third-party reviewer. If all goes well, COFEPRIS will issue a certificate and post confirmation of your registration on the Ministry of Health website. Your certificate is valid for 5 years, as long as you don't make substantive changes to the product, claims, or its intended use. So how long does it take to get approval from COFEPRIS? It varies widely, but we have a detailed chart available on our website that provides information for all classes of devices sold in Mexico. We hope this presentation has given you a basic understanding of the Mexican regulatory process for medical devices. Want to learn more? We have flowcharts, articles, regulations, and other resources available online. www.emergogroup.com/Mexico.